Namaste, everybody. It is Wednesday, September 30th, out here in the outer ether. You're tuned in to 99.9 live, good vibes all the time. Well, not all the time, but we started broadcasting just a few seconds ago, and we hope to pick things up quite soon. I can't tell with the automation here. Alright, we should be live, and that's okay by us. Welcome, everybody. September 30th. It's a Wednesday. Wishing you all the best in peace, joy, prosperity, bliss, abundance, happiness for every moment through space and time. I hope you're all doing well out there. Tonight is a special program. We are going to finish up the October monthly readings for all the signs that we haven't gotten to today. And we're going to be welcoming in everybody just to say hello. And as well, we will be sending tribute back to members and moderators tonight. So, welcome. Good to see you. Emmanuel, nice to have you here. I think we're going to begin by jumping into one of the signs. Emmanuel, tell me, what's your signs? What's your signs? Oh, welcome to At Your Animal's Health. Welcome for your animal's health, not at your animal's health. At your animal's bequest. Speaking of animals, there's Saruchi. Hi, Saruchi. You get 100% on your test. I knew you would. Hello, Ange, and hello, Mihaela. Welcome, everyone. I've got 8 signs left to do for the month of October. Cancer, Virgo, Aries, and I think Libra are complete. So of the other 8, you guys maybe just cue me and let me know where you'd like me to begin tonight. And then after each one, we will be sending tribute back to a member or a moderator if they have a specific question for us tonight. We got a vote for Taurus on the board. That's funny because that's the one I was thinking of starting with too. So why don't we just go ahead and do that. Hi everybody, I'm down in the corner here in case you can't see me. It is 99.9 good vibes all the time, and it's good to be here with you. So let's go ahead and get started with magical, wonderful sign of Taurus. Taurus, sun, moon, and rising for October 2020. I hope you're all doing well out there. Taurus, we're kicking open the gate to the bullpen. I hope the bulls don't come rushing out or rushing in, but there may be some anticipation kind of twinkled in with, little bits of uncertainty and anxiety, but that makes part of the magic of the fun. So I see this month for you, a sign of Taurus, being, one in which you can look in optimism and as well from a perpetual congratulatory phase of patting yourself on the backs for jobs well done. So I got your cards. I got the cards shuffled. Let's shuffle them up one more time for the sign of Taurus, and then we'll jump back on the mic. And thanks to everybody that's joined in the chat. Taurus, your October tarot reading was filmed before a live studio audience, and I hope you don't mind. All right, Taurus. It feels like being on limbo, being on the fence, being stable in all ways, but why feeling so tippy-toppy? Why does it feel like it all could just disappear in the in the blink of an eye, right? Let's see what goes on. Hey, there's the Fool right off the hop for us. So that is that feeling I just described. It's a completed feeling. Give yourself a pat on the back for that. But it is like a very much anticipatory where do we go from here moment, or I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop, I'm waiting to hear news. And the Fool can always be about that. His path is very willy-nilly as he begins his journey, and usually in accordance to any kind of movie that you watch, or the hero's journey as it starts, the hero usually begins as a fool, and it takes outside force to sort of shake him up, or to say, all right, your path was willy-nilly, you were kind of wandering aimlessly about. And then an outside influence either made you pay attention or kind of, shaped your way, shaped an attitude, shaped a fundamental belief in yourself. and it shapes your journey as a result of it. Now, with the Fool card here for you for the month of October, this is saying there's no need to go out of your way. There's no need to try to over-influence situations. There's no need to be like a driving leader if it's taking too much of your energy. It's time for you to sit and watch kind of the manifestations of your creation and the loved ones and the people around you take center stage, have their turn, go forthwith, or do whatever they may, right? And do this from this loving place of higher observance or silent witnessing, which the Fool is accustomed to, being able to kind of perceive all that's there in front of them and saying, well, I can choose now, being the zero, being the Fool. I have choice now whether or not I choose to allow this to influence me, to direct my path, to shape my path. So for some of you, it could be the initial talks of, creating ideas or plans together with a partnership, with a lover, with anybody. It might be time like to sit down and the collective mind being greater than two separate minds. So some of you may be entering into new and different discussions with the people closest to you. So what the Fool can represent for October. Remember, it only takes a minute to pray, a second to die, and approximately 100 years to learn how to love yourself. So when we see the Fool card up here as a major arcana, it's like, the only way he sings this song on the way to the top, he keeps looking out for number one, right? And that's you, Taurus, right? But there's no need for you to push that or to influence that or to make any bold moves at this time. Allow the environment to settle down around you so that your path can be defined and you don't step off the cliff, right? Like the old mundane version of the Fool, okay? Now we're looking at a reversal of a Temperance card coming up here. So middle of the month could have you feeling a little bit moody. A little bit of binary forces or laws of polarity could be playing into your situation and for some of you, it just could be a sense where you're feeling out of sorts for a few weeks. Hopefully it's not cough due to cold or anything like that. My Taurus friends, I want to give you a big hug. Anybody out there struggling with any kind of health issues. And for others of you, this reversal on the Temperance card, this is about figuring out how you can be happy amidst all what's happened this year, amidst all the craziness, because now we're hearing stories sort of subtly being like, well, the whole world's back at work and everything's back to normal, and you're like, wait a minute, no, it doesn't just happen that quick overnight. Or perhaps you're unlucky enough to be in one of these idiotically run places where they still won't let you go to a place where you can worship or meditate, or where you go to just unwind and release, and that can lead to heavy hearts and some moodiness. So hopefully that's not affecting you here in these general readings. But two major arcana right off the start here. So for some of you, this could play out that a big change may leave you feeling a little bit upset, or somebody in your environment may be acting like a fool and decide to do something that you don't agree with, which also could make you a little bit moody. But again, remember, I feel it's not the time to push. It's time for the people in the environment around you to show them, to expose or reveal themselves to you, Taurus, for the clear understanding. And when it does, it's a clear reminder that you allowed it by not interjecting, not pushing, and that in essence is the greatest gift of karma you can give to people, or to go with the flow. So just one of those things to remember. Boom. And the major arcana just keep coming this month. Holy moly. Now it looks like for some of our October energies for a sign of Taurus, by the time the sun is ready to go opposite Taurus over there in Scorpio, the Chariot card plays out. Okay, for some of you, this will be about the purchase of a new automobile, the trading in of an old automobile. Some of you will be upgrading. It doesn't have to be an automobile, but some of you may be upgrading locations. And things in your life. Maybe it's time for a new cell phone. Maybe it's time for, and these purchases kind of come in this Q3 time where you can get out ahead of it and make sure you're staying ahead financially, staying ahead with health, staying ahead on all these subjects. The Chariot card is just screaming to me here, but that this transit is going to be about staying one step ahead, because it's almost as though you can feel life change. You can feel that tottery turning point that I was talking about earlier, right? Amidst all that stability. So some of you, it's about staying ahead of it. And again, the symbology here is of the two equally powered, equally drawn horses of the chariot needing to render balance and cannot be of opposing minds. So some of you, I feel, really struggling with the minds of the people that are closest to you. Hopefully that's not too in-depth. For some of you, this is just a situation. If you were concerned or here for loving relationships, it looks like things with Sagittarius may be not going so well this month. But again, over here, for those of you with lovers and friends and companions in a sign of Cancer, it could lead to more harmonious times for Taurus, which is really exciting. I like that we see the sun in the sky in this Fool card. It lets me know that from the beginning, your mindset is sort of above, and troubles or any kind of adversity, trickle in as it may, you're going to be quick to trample over it, as long as you don't, in the long run or in the short run, become frustrated. Holy smokes. Now we've got a reversal on the star card. And that's 4 for 4, major arcana for you here on October. 2 right side up, 2 downside. And the star and the temperance, be careful not to lose your temper with people this month, I feel, Taurus. And remember, the condition that you set for your mental moods and your mental temperaments, these are conditions, some of which you should have a lot of control over, because, those conditioned things which, lead to stuff that, ends up needing to be sorted out, they came from a place a long time ago. They are kind of like ingrained in who you are. So remember sometimes to rise above generalizations, rise above the broad brush that's used to paint situations or people, either by society or from your own mind, Taurus, because that's sort of the playing field. That's sort of the coliseum in which the chariot runs for you this month, because if you tend to overthink it, you're going to want to interject and push into the situation, where the cards, especially with the Fool here, really saying you're best to stand back, let sleeping dogs lie, let everybody figure it out for themselves. You're actually honestly asking yourself, well, what burden of this, what level of control am I burdening myself with? Can I release it? Can I give it up? And is it okay to have maybe less of a place, less of a position in particular situations or venues or conversations, just to allow other people's, isness to come out, so that it's not a foregone conclusions and things leading to, things like ill temperament or being in a bad mood, Taurus. I would hate if there was a bull absolutely upset with me. I don't know if I couldn't stand and fight. I'd have to run. But we don't want to send people running, Taurus. And that's just it. Get done what you got to get done. And look to like all of these sort of upgrades and things that you can do for yourself to take your mind off of bigger situations that need to unfold without you overthinking them, and that will go a long ways for you in October. All right, lots of love, Taurus. We'll see you again really soon. But as for the people in the chat room, you are stuck with me, and I'll see you right now. I will see to it right now. Welcome, everybody. I see lots of blue and green names in the chat room, and it makes me so happy from the bottom of my heart. I'm way down here, everybody. Taurus is in the house. You can let me know if that resonated for you. I'm behind on the monthly readings, so I'm just trying to get some of those out. I got to point that away from the cards. So I'm just trying to get some of these things done, and I wanted to come on and say hello to everybody. So what I'll do right now is I'll open up the floor to any members or moderators that have a question, would like an oracle card, or just want to say what's up, hey diddle diddle, or whatever, or just to say hello, which would be wonderful. All right. Like I said, September 30th today. We're just out and about. We're pumping the wattage to your cottage here at 99.9. Big hi to Mahalia Sarucci. We saw Sarucci. Hi, Ange. Emmanuel 16 was here first. Shanimal over there at For Your Animals Health. You see her up on the screen. Just absolutely wonderful. Good to have you here. Valeria, welcome. And to Sandra, welcome. And Gallo was Gallo, good to see you. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. All right. And if there's none of that going on, I would definitely. Oh, and Citron's here too. Welcome, Citron. I see your smiling face. It's good to see. Shannon says, "Well, I don't want to ask about love again after that last reading." Oh my goodness, yeah, we got wrecked on the tarot on Sunday. It was hopefully hopefully short-lived energies that were coming through the tarot deck for that day. What does spirit want me to know? I don't know. Why don't we let's do a pick a deck. Let's do a pick a deck, Shannon. Shanimals. For Your Animals Health is a network affiliate here at 99.9. Always good to have you on board. And yeah, you just inspired me to do a pick a sign. I will give you, for messages from spirit, okay, we're going to make this interesting. Because, yeah, the energies were mangled on your last love reading. I can't remember all that was there. There were just some rough cards, I remember. Like we say in the golf world, or in Canada, rough go away. Welcome. Yeah, October readings going on. Community Appreciation Night, so to speak. Hey, Dusty Blue, welcome to the program. It's good to have you here. Okay, so Shannon, these are your choices. You get either the Oracle of E, you get two Lenormand. No, you get one Lenormand or one of the David Bowie Tarot. This is a 78 card tarot deck. This is I don't know how many card Lenormand deck. And I think this is like 36 card Oracle deck. So we're going to keep it kind of fun and light and bouncy and interesting because Sunday's free live tarot program, Mystic Sundays, it absolutely drained me. We did like 60 tarot readings in 6 hours. Felt like somebody kicked me in the nuts and then pulled hockey style, pulled my shirt over top of my head and just started feeding me uppercuts. I was so drained after that one. All right, so go ahead, Shanimal. Go ahead and pick a deck, and we'll get a message from Spirit out for you. We'll see how you do today. I hope you're all doing well out there. It's 99.9. I feel like we should have a little background music, but nah, that's too much. We need a whole production team, or I get sidetracked. And Saruchi, tell everybody how amazing you did on your test. It was like 100%, right? Let's do the E cards. All right, let's do it. These cards, these decks, they've been I had them hidden away for a while. And there's more decks still in storage. My goodness, you guys, we've been on the Gypsy Highway for far too long. It's time to find a new home and a new studio. So let's get into this. A E card for Shanimals. All right, look at this. We've got a 47, a 12, and a 39. Let's begin with Nasty Knot. Okay? Let's have a look about the ups and downs. I do feel as though there's still a little bit of energetic knotting going on. I think everything as far as willpower and your heart energies, everything seems really good. But when we get the Nasty Knot card, I always tend to look at the, what do they call them, the danglies, the chakra system and all the danglies. There's a million danglies that make you a weeping willow tree, right? We have to make sure maybe things as far as muscle therapy, maybe for you or a loved one, could even be a Mr. Horsey. Let's get the energy flowing smoothly and freely. So if there is a particular chakra, I feel perhaps either sacral or possibly throat chakra area, or third eye possibly as well. If there's any one of these areas that you kind of intensely feel that you know that you could improve on by breathing into these specific areas of your body, right? For even just not even really therapy, but just to get everything turning again, right? Therapy. What planet is this guy on? Honestly, with the nasty knot here, I feel like a little bit more could do to free up some of the even flow of the chakra work. So I have to go like, let's work on breath. Let's work on breathing. Let's work on all this stuff that we can give focus on. All right, and let's get the energies flowing clearly again. So there might be something going on there. Hotline. This is nice. Spirits on the phone. 99.9, Jimmy and the Stallion in the morning. Thanks for calling the morning show. Hey, we got you on the hotline, right? Spirit, what would you say to For Your Animal's Health if you could say absolutely anything? Gather. That's what they're saying. Gather, right? So whatever that means, maybe you're gathering up your stuff. Maybe you're gathering in more. Maybe you're gathering up ideas. But the clairaudient hotline that's coming in is to say gather, which in no means do I say you can't go hunting either, because that's still a form of gathering, right? So whatever it is, hunt it down, find it out, gather it up, collect it. Maybe you need to go and collect something, or maybe this speaks to like loose ends, right? Again, with the nasty knot card coming up beside it, maybe it speaks to loose ends where you need to kind of gather up, tidy up, finish up. Anything of that nature is going to help you 100%. And then we've got the card 39. This is the laser beams. Don't forget, laser beams and dynamite. Maybe not the dynamite, but we've got the laser beam here. So this always pertains to third eye energy, focus. So maybe that's what this is. Maybe it's saying the nasty knot within chakra is kind of connected to this area here, because we have the clairaudient, we have the hotline coming in, now the laser beam, which always speaks to focus, which again goes back to this particular chakra up here. And when you fold them in half, it connects. So it's vision through creativity. 100%. That might be a door that you feel you may have closed it, or you may have felt like something has been unattended to for quite some time in regards to progressing the you that not only gives back to nature and to man and to person kind, but the you that gets to manifest destiny. And I know that seems so cliche, right? That's like the foundation of the country is manifest destiny, right? Not only as a whole, but for yourself. So it might be time again where you're revisiting your business, you're revisiting entrepreneurial ideas, you're not setting limits on yourself as to saying, I can only accomplish this, or that goal is too lofty for me, or that would be impossible. It's time to revisit those things that you may have possibly written off in the past. And it comes through the untangling of a knot to get the energy flowing in, so that the creativity through vision and through focus even as well with the laser beam. So if there is something that's got you captivated, that's got you motivated, whether it's love or not, we are talking to spirit now, use the focus to put the conscious mind on a path where, it's time for your conscious mind to serve you, rather than it, running you here, there, and everywhere. And then at the end of the day, you feel like, I just need to meditate more. I just need to clear my energy. Well, with a clear energy, you could go out and do all this stuff and return home with a clear energy. So Spirit is saying, gather it up, whatever that is. Gather up your strength, gather up your people, gather up your Legos, gather up your horses. Here we go. Take stock, and this should be an interesting time for you. Not to worry about love. Work on the energy flow first. Okay, good stuff. I do chakras work. Okay, sweet. So the third eye. What's going on out there? What's going on out in the chi? Right? What can you see, and what can you share with the world? All right. Thanks, Shanimal. So nice to have you here with us today. Going with the Oracle of E for messages from Spirit. We can do it, because nobody's here to tell us that we can't. All right. I'll take one more, moderator or member, before we jump into the next sign. And we also need to take a vote for who the next sign might be. Thanks for joining me here on a Wednesday night, September 30th. Just having a time. It's good to see friends, moderators, and members here in the chat room. Okay, we've got Michelle Lawhorn on the line. A general, please. I like those cards. Did you want the same cards, Michelle? I'll give you the option. You can take the Oracle of E. You can take the David Bowie Tarot 78, right? Or you can take the Little Lenormands. Hi, Rebecca. Good to see you. Good to have you here. I appreciate you as well so much. Everybody, that's for your animal's health. Remember, if you want to find out how your furry, fuzzy friends love you, why not check out For Your Animal's Health over there on Facebook or at www.foryouranimalshealth.com, a wonderful network affiliate, and it's always a pleasure to be able to do some cards for you. All right. We'll just get Michelle in here real quick, and she can pick a deck, and we'll go ahead and go for a general messages. Good old general messages reporting for duty. General, I have a mission for you. General, wake up, General. General, you pounded a bottle of whiskey and you've been sleeping under your deck for the last... Okay, here we go. Michelle says it's time for more E-cards. We can do that. Okay. Let's go back over. Oh wow, this came out a little bit different. Okay, so this tells me a story about two people where somebody's like yelling and the other person is more accustomed to whispering, or this could be a situation, maybe even a telepathic connection that you may have where somebody is not overly good at it, but the other person is like fully functional at that level of their abilities. So someone's coming in loud and clear, and the other person is struggling to understand whether attention has been given or received, or whether the message has been given or received. And I feel, Michelle, that this is mostly you being loud and clear here, whereas somebody in your environment may be trying to get your attention right now. Okay? It could be vice versa. It could be a situation where it's like you're not able to be as direct as you would like to be with a particular person on a certain situation, where you're just kind of like, what do they call it? Not really walking on eggshells, but, just kind of you having to be reserved, having to bite your tongue, having to always like hold back a little bit when you're like, well, why the heck can't I be loud and clear where the other person is being loud and clear, right? Thanks, Steve. That's awesome. So why not go for it, right? You also, with this card, you see exactly what's going on behind the scenes, or perhaps you're dealing with somebody who is unable to have a voice for themselves, but you see them loud and clearly. This could manifest in many different ways. If this is a person you're trying to help, maybe you are an advocate, acting as an advocate for somebody so that they can be heard. Or if this is a situation where this is a coworker that's acting all willy-nilly and all weird, perhaps you see right through them what other people don't, and you don't want to seem like the gossip maker by touting around what you can see right through this person. So you're kind of like waiting on a moment for like everything to become loud and clear in that situation. Now, the energies that are involved here is also letting us know that structure right now in your life is sustaining anything like tangible, textile, real, is calling to you for like the higher presence, the higher level of mindfulness. So don't be surprised if like you enjoy touching things, and that's not meant to be weird. And I know it sounds weird, but it's not meant to be weird. But it's just like like a bird, almost like when a bird uses its beak to gather information of what's around it. It's kind of like the way we use our hands. You think about all forms of communication and the amount of information that is exchanged when we like touch somebody. Again, these cards, we're looking in the realm of oracle and general messages. They could be indicating to you as well that there is a strong sense of clairaudience and clairvoyance there within you, being able to both see through the veil, speak, and hear through the veil. All monkey see, monkey do, monkey fart, or however the original Three Monkey Mimi goes, right? All right, Michelle, lots of love. Hopefully that resonated well. An offer to source of all Taurian seven sisters of Albany shine the light. Yeah, the eye of the bull. It's not the eye of the tiger. It's the eye of the bull, right? What's the one? Oh goodness, I love researching that stuff. I've been doing ancient stuff. I haven't been with the stars, but Steve, that's amazing. We just completed the Taurus reading. Hopefully you were there for it. If not, I'm gonna publish it shortly after the I'm gonna publish it shortly after the video. I love the English language. It's absolutely wackadilly. All right, touching Sweet Caroline. Was that Neil Diamond? Oh my god, there it is. That's the one, Michelle. That's the one. You know the one I'm talking about. That's great. All right, so let's take a vote for what sign we would like to read for next, and then I will get in two more well, actually, Steve, if you had a question attached to your tribute, you have the floor as well. But we're going to take a vote to see which sign we should read for next. Throw that vote up in the chat room, and we can go ahead and do it. And as well, for those of you moderators and members, let me know if you have questions tonight, because this is your night. This is like a community appreciation sort of broadcast, a stream here for September 30th on 99.9. It's good stuff. You're welcome, Michelle. We got a one vote Sagittarius. Oh, Rebecca. So for all of you that are confused, maybe by this thing over here, this is a EO diffuser that, with the tributes that came into the channel, I was able to pick up this EO diffuser that plays all this beautiful music and helps humidify and put some of the essential oils out into the space while we're doing it. Now, I'm not a huge essential oil guy, right? I do identify as a straight white male. I'm not a huge essential oil guy, and I don't know that much about it. I just know you need to be safe when using essential oils, so I did a little bit of research. But I got this because it's beautiful, it's colorful, and it helps me relax the environment here in the studio. So I wanted to shout out a big thank you to all of the people who donate, like Steve and Dusty, and all of the network affiliates like Shannon and Jennifer's Tarot Positive Free, all our members, our loyal listeners, Michelle, Sarucci, our moderators, everybody. So the trivia, we should do those on Sunday. Steve, Sunday was nuts. I think you were here for a minute. I almost fell off my couch. That's the only moment I remember you being there for, but you're right. I trying to do too much again, and I was absolutely wiped after that show. So we might have to do some trivia questions next Sunday. Yeah, we could do those. We could have because it was busy like old times on Sunday, which was kind of nice. Lemongrass in the diffuser, yeah. And whatever did, I see her name keep popping around on Instagram. I'm still just kind of waiting for everything to pan out, and hopefully she's doing all right. All right. I'm good on all points, so that's good to hear. We've had a vote for Sagittarius, so let's go in and find the Dealy Bopper. I think it's like here. No, not those guys. Not those guys. There they are. There they are. Sagittarius. Let's have a look for October 2020. And we'll just pretend. tape before a live studio audience. It's time for the October 2020 tarot reading for the sign of Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Hello, Sagittarius friends. Thanks for joining me in this moment, space, and time. I want to wish you all the best in peace, joy, prosperity, bliss, abundance, and happiness. I'm going to give your cards a shuffle, Sagittarius, then I'm going to hop back on the mic, and let's have a quick discussion and a peek at what's coming for you in October 2020. Oh, Sagittarius, I just got a big smile and it come across my face when I was shuffling those cards. You guys are so friendly, and this is a great time of year for you. It's always interesting when the sun's ahead by a couple signs and you're gearing up. You know, hey, look, the seasons are changing. Everything is going to be different. Whether or not people change or whether or not my situation evolves, it doesn't matter. At least the environment's going to be different. At least the environment is going to change. And you sort of emulate this. You emanate this. And this is kind of nice because it brings forward that friendliness. And, you know, the powerful community leaders that some of you guys truly evolve into is just absolutely wonderful. Now, we begin the month off with the Ace of Swords reverse. Warning, danger, danger. This is the tarot. I don't mean to be an alarmist, but this is one of those cards I really don't like to see because this is can be a card of distrust, a simple card of lying by omission, or straight up telling a bold face lie. And this old trickery is so old, right? When you don't represent yourself completely, it has so many different subtle layers. But the fact that it's showing up straight away off the month of the October, just be careful. Conmen, salesmen, scam artists, these kinds of things, or if there's people in environments, for those of you are parents, you know, maybe you gotta be double check under the bed, you know, make sure everything is absolutely copacetic and hunky-dory. You know, go beyond, you know, it's good to believe people based on your level of loyalty, of your trust. And then there's times where it's like, blind faith gives you a warning sign. If your intuition or if your gut tells you anything here at the start of the month, not to get in on something, not to jump in on something, or not to believe something, the chances are is that your intuition is probably right here. You have to kind of take at face value what people are saying to you, and if it sounds good, but something inside you questions the source of that statement, or the fact that it may be out of character of the individual that is telling you that, it may be time to go and look again for evidence, for proof, for validation. Be very important for our Sagittarius friends, it looks like, in the first week of October. Empress reverse, what's going on here? Yeah, be careful with intellectual property this month, Sagittarius. Be careful with idea sharing. You know, sometimes you got a great idea. The first thing, you're so friendly. First thing you want to do is tell somebody about this awesome thing, right? Or about what you discovered or what you found out. Sometimes it's better, you know, if the information that you have, you know, information can be very persuasive, and it can be very influential, right? Like this starts with the same letters, INF. Isn't that a personality type? But it's funny. Some people say information is power, but when I see these cards like this, it also leads me to believe, Sagittarius, you're waking up to a bold new truth. You're waking up to a certain understanding about an aspect of yourself that you may have even misconceived about yourself. Some of you may be waking up to how long you've been underestimating your abilities. Some of you may be waking up to the fact that you've been facilitating or enabling a situation for far too long that just kind of crept in, and, you know, it was all of a sudden you realized, hey, maybe I really shouldn't be doing this, or hey, maybe I really shouldn't have involved myself with that situation or those particular people. So again, this as well looks like there may be writer's block for some of you. Tough times, Sagittarius, big hug. I mean, I just got to go off what the cards say. Creative stalling, right? And again, watch out for things of a nature where your intellectual property may have spilled over, and somebody has been riding your coattails for far too long. It's been holding you down, holding you back. It might be time. We'll see if any more swords come, but maybe time to see. Oh, and the result of it there is the big old King of Pentacles. We just saw in the Taurus reading a reversal on the Temperance card. So again, this is just kind of a iteration. Sagittarius and Taurus, just there may not be that level of harmony here on October. And for Sagittarius, it extends to the other earth signs as well, Capricorn and Virgo, where it's kind of like you may wish to maybe just be fact-checking what you're hearing from your earth signs at this particular moment in time. Hopefully you don't have too much of that going on. And as well, be very careful of big purchases that come from shady deals. Sagittarius, I know it's great to save a buck on this, that, or the other thing if you buy it off of Uncle Mo's crazy used store emporium over there. But remember, you always get what you pay for. That's what the King of Pentacles says. And as the sun transits into third week, we get into the Mercury retrograde, and the sun goes Scorpio and Mercury is coming back the other way. This is a time for you to be very careful of those sort of things, those business deals, those big purchases, and that sort of stuff where you feel, I got to do it now. Because that's, again, the time of the seasons. Everything's changing. And Sagittarius, that tendency to jump on board with everything's changing, so I'm going to do something magnanimous for myself or something, unreal. But just be very careful in knowing that, if you're wanting quality, what it's going to take is maybe a little extra coin or a little extra cash, right? And again, becoming that King of Pentacles, that flow, using that aspect of yourself. And perhaps this is what some of you are waking up to, that aspect to yourself where becoming a conduit for abundance, right? We can well up abundance and gather and carry it with us and be filled up with abundance. But that inhibits us. That doesn't allow us to move about the country or the world too freely. Money comes in and money goes out, and we should never be stressed about these sorts of things. And if we want to make sure that we're getting the best bang for our buck, these cards are saying absolutely you have to do your own research. And for some of our Sagittarius friends, perhaps the lockdowns have been so silly and crazy over the last little while. As life begins back to normal, what these cards are saying is that you may need an increase in the creativity level that you're using to define your income, to define your business, and to define how it is that you bring in money. And again, making even some simple reforms to money going out. So you're very practical this month, and that's good because you're going to need to be, not only with survival, the basic root chakra necessities, money and food and shelter and clothes and all the desires that life brings, but also with people in terms of what you're hearing, what they're telling you, what they are offering, what they're telling you that they can do for you. Just a little money up front, please. No. None of that, Sagittarius. None of that, right? All right. Here we go. With the King of Cups reversed. Be careful, Sagittarius, for habitual tendencies that can get out of hand too far. I feel some of you are going to be reining in some of your bad habits or some things that have been going on for longer periods of time that you just kind of knew all along. I shouldn't be doing that. I shouldn't be involved with that. I really shouldn't, open that can of worms, but it's just so tasty and tempting to do it. King of Cups is kind of like, he's that version of the little animated one on the other shoulder that's going, just go ahead. Just have a little bite. Just take a little bit and everything will be fine. It's okay. You can maybe you just say, no, enough is enough. In order to get here, to be practical, I got to give up on all these things that maybe you're spending buku bank on, and you don't have anything to show for it. But again, we can never take any of this stuff with us, right, Sagittarius? So again, perhaps some of you downsizing, yard sailing, garage sailing, all that kind of stuff, treasure hunting, getting creative, all this could be wrapped up this month. But make sure you do your own research and make sure that you're getting the most value, the most bang for your buck on any energy exchanges this month, whatever that may be. Okay, Sagittarius, lots of love. We'll see you all again real soon. And for those of you in the chat, too bad. I'm going to see you again right now. Here we are, 99.9. That was a reading for Sagittarius. Sagittarians, if there are any in the chat room, you can please let me know if that resonated through hitting me up in the chat room. Want to say hello to some of the new people that have jumped in. 99.9 welcomes Archie Brule, El Boogie. Love you, El Boogie. Good to see you guys in here tonight. Just touch base. Yeah, I should. I'll just send her a message and because that's what I was kind of waiting for to hear, is like the whole chat room being like, where the hell is she? Bring her back. We all miss her. right? I thought she'd wander in here on her own, but I don't know. Could be lots of different things going on. So yeah, I'll reach out on request of the chat. So that's what we were doing. Currently on it. Saruchi, how'd the test go? You get 100%? I know you got 100%. No, you didn't. You got 99.9%. All right, let's go ahead and open up the floor to any of the other members that were here tonight, or moderators. If moderators or members have a question, I definitely saying go ahead and go for it. I thought I saw Mahalia bounce through, but that's all good. Just take a moment for your animal's health. Alrighty, and as we proceed, what we got to do here is we got to take another vote for the next sign. So, whoever has a suggestion for which side we should read next, I'm absolutely all ears, 100% ears. Whoop boop boop beep choo. Should I have a little fun? Should I text her? Should I send her a message on Instagram right now? Let's do that. That would be a little bit of fun. Good idea. You guys are like, let's do that. And I was like, yeah, let's do that. And you're like, let's do that now. I was like, yeah, let's do that now. Instagram starts with letter of I. Okay. See if we can find her here. Do. Oh my goodness. It must have been a long time. Oh, there we go. Active today. Well, who hasn't been active today? Get up, do some jumping jacks, touch your toes. Oh, Citron. Okay, yes, I will answer that question. Let's leave Tati a message. I'm going to say hi. I'm live right now, and the whole chat room is wondering where you are. And I'll send some love. So you guys pushed me. It wasn't my fault. Let's get into Citron's question here too, because I'm like 80 years old and just the slowest typer ever. Citron says, so I recently got into the stock market to secure some of my cash before I buy a house in a year or two. I was wondering if I might have success in it. Yeah, let's have a look at that. That's pretty cool. You probably got in on a nice time. I mean, if you would have been screwing around February and March, there were a lot of nervous people there when the dun 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 dun, the fear of the plague came rolling through. All natural is wondering where you are. Please come say hi. Let's do that. Please come say hi. No emoji, little emoji. Wavy hand, peace. Wavy hand and peace. So there goes. And then I'll just send regards. I wish I could spend. I wish I could spell. I can't even talk. There we go. And then send. See, that takes us old people a really long time. It went great. The test went fantastic. Let's go ahead and pull some cards for Citron. Citron, what we've been doing here for members and moderators today is a choice. You get 3 of the Oracle of E, or you get 3 of the David Bowie Tarot, or you get 3 of the Lenormands. So you got to go ahead and pick them. Pick them, Citron. the stock market. Stocks and bonds. I don't know much about future annuities of a dollar or pro forma balance sheets. What is it? Debit the debits and credit the credits, right? All that good stuff. And then I could be the real poker face newbie and be like, what did you invest in? What did you invest in? That's good. I like that. Never better. For bigger shoulders rather than less responsibilities. Yeah, we all pay taxes. We got broad shoulders. Let's do the right side ones. The right side on the lens. So these Lenormands. Okay. Good call. Good pick. Pretty interesting. I hope it doesn't talk about love. There's lots of love cards in that deck, but we're talking about cold hard cash. Well, no, not even. Just like the markets. All right. This is kind of like telling you how you're going to do in the markets is kind of like talking about the markets in general, I feel. All right. So we got this reversal on the scythe card, which is kind of nice. I like this because this doesn't mean like anything weird. This means that you're gonna be in the game for a while. So don't worry about walking up to the roulette wheel, putting it all on 35 black, and then having it all be gone in like 2 minutes. That's not going to happen. This card indicates to me that this is something that you've planted rather than something that you've like thrown a magic potion and tried to make it poof appear. So these are saying maybe even smaller numbers, lower returns for more security was a smart move. All right. And again, look at how that works, right, Citron? Step right up, winner, roll the dice, have some fun, right? Things can be volatile, but I mean, perceptually and drawing in, what I feel is that you've come in at a good time. You've come in at a time where like design, products, ingenuity are all being driven. We talked about it in somebody else's reading, that of Manifest Destiny. Everybody's in a time right now where we're all pushing forward. It's not like the 1980s. There's not one or two famous pop stars. There's like 400 semi-famous pop stars, right? So this is kind of like how this is breaking down. It's going to be like, do you want a Goodyear or do you want a Michelin? Do you want white walls or do you want the other kind? It's not like that anymore. It's like there's so much to invest in and there is so much to choose that, again, when it comes back to it, it can be less like playing a game of Farkle or Mexicali and more like educated planning in Yahtzee when it comes to throwing this dice. No, I've got my fives already. I'm going to go for the Yahtzee, or maybe I'm going to scratch my Yahtzee and just take my 25 for fives. Like, these things are going to inevitably shift and vary depending on things like your temperament, your mood of the day, how lucky do you feel lucky, punk? How lucky you're feeling, or how safe you decide that you would like to play it. So again, the dice are nice because it's like, it gives that feeling that you're not in control, but really, right, being at the table and having a chip in a chair, or even seeing those numbers go up and down on your computer screen or however it is that you invested, I think that's really cool. There's something that I wish I had access to, and I see it on your guys' TV in the U.S. all the time because I live stream through my Xbox, right? I pay for a subscription service. Otherwise, and I don't even know if the government knows that Sony has this thing in there because we have a tough time getting American news and American information. But I get some through, and I always see it where they do these like, they're slicing down even like there's stocks within stocks where you could like buy into like McDonald's or like a Sony or one of these big companies, but you play like a fraction of a fraction, but it just would still be kind of exciting to have like even that teeny little bit in that, never fail huge company, right? That's good. All right. And the fact that you're doing it direct, that's what these little mousies show me. I think you're doing it direct. So you're cutting out the middleman, you're cutting out fees, commissions, all that kind of stuff. That's what this lets me know. And again, if you plan on being around for quite a while, then don't play with sharp objects. Don't play with the things that move suddenly and sharply. Move with the things with structure, like dice that we were talking about earlier, like textile, tangible. You can like feel it, right? It's almost as if the future is a risky game, but again, payoff versus what you want. But these mousies in here upside down is kind of nice. It's saying nobody's gonna. You're doing something wise with your money by taking direct control with it. You're not like putting it away to grow moldy beside the tab cola in the pantry or whatever it might be, right? You're just not doing that. So that's good. I see success continuing. I don't see you leaving empty-handed. At some point in time, you will decide that you've had enough and you'll pull out. But for now, I see this being a long-term situation where this is like, checking the numbers is going to be like everyday thing for you for quite some time, and it's kind of like really captivated you, really got an interest in it, and keep that passion running. And as long as you do things, err on the side of caution, be wise, you can keep that money rolling in. You can just kind of be like a magnet for it, just through, especially when we know, like you can set some intentions and you do the manifestation techniques. You don't overthink this stuff. You allow it to be, and then before long, hey, your pantry's full again. This sort of thing. So I see this going well for you, but stay away from sharp things. All right. That's good. 300 in the last 2 days. Well, that's good. That's really good. Instead of an investor. And that's smart. Okay. Should we take a vote for the next sign that we should read for? Or does any of the other moderators or members have any questions at this time? Oh, what happened, El? You been sick, El? That's not good. Hey, go to the shower and give her the old blowout. Just get them sinuses cleared right out. You'll be good. Vitamin D. Get yourself some vitamin D. Big hugs to El Boogie. Hopefully you're feeling a lot better. Let's see if Toddy responded to... No response in the Instagram. I hope I didn't offend her or upset her, but you say la vie, say the old folks. It goes to show you never can tell. All right. So I'll wait for the next sign, just a minute or two. Take it back over the community page. Thank you for joining me, everybody, just on a whim tonight, giving some love back and catching up on the October readings. Yeah, I didn't mind that. It's always interesting how when I'm shuffling and I say stock market, how that dice card, it just comes up. Yeah, God only knows. God only knows what's going on. It's tough because, the West Coast is on fire too. There's been hurricanes ripping through the southeast. Everybody's like playing it day by day, so we wish the best for everybody. Could be. I remember some of the last conversations we were talking about back in, I don't know, God, it would have been November last year, almost a year ago, how like everybody was like having these crazy headaches. Yeah. Hopefully everybody's doing really good. We know Citron's there. Why don't we do Capricorn? Why don't we do the Capricorn reading right now? I think Citron might be the only person to come out for the Capricorn reading after I'm done publishing because I chirp them so bad. But why don't we could go ahead and read for sign of Capricorn if nobody has any other suggestions. Not that we did those guys. Not those guys. Those guys. There we go. I think that's the one I want. All right. Citron's getting a bit of a dovetailed situation. Little personal messages through the oracles, and then a reading for a sign of Capricorn. So, howdy doody Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Welcome to your October 20 tarot reading. I want to wish you all the best in peace, love, joy, prosperity, harmony, bliss, and abundance throughout all moments in space and time. I'm going to get your cards shuffled up here real quick, Capricorn, and then we'll have a little discussion and looky-loo, and to see what's coming in for you in the month of October. Year is 2020. All right, Capricorn, we'll cut the deck and we'll have a little look and see. All right. The Queen of Cups reversed. Okay, so this is a month of practicality, and that's fine. This is a month to hold back onto giving in to temptations, desires, and emotions, especially the ones that keep you from, having the time that you feel is necessary to practically get your outcomes to where you want them to be. Be very careful of distracting things coming in for you in the first week of October, Capricorn. These could come up as signs of people begging for your time, people asking for your service, asking for help, these sorts of things. You can be an amazing person and go out and help as many people as you want, but the other side of it where, well, thanks for the help. Well, now just come over and watch the game, or let's go to the pub and have a few brewskis. Come on, it's been forever since we've had a few, right? This sort of thing. Or, let's talk about the same old dribble drabble. And Capricorn might be more tending to say, sorry, I've got to run. I've got things to go. I've got people to see. I've got business to attend to take care of. And that's fine. So some of our Capricorns may not be feeling overly social this month. They might not be feeling overly as empathic or empathetic as well. So if you are cross-watching for a Capricorn and you're trying to get them to be super cuddly and lovey-dovey, you may find that it's going to happen on Capricorn's terms, because it's one of those things where the mood has to be present in order for the feelings to flow. And I'm not chirping you, Capricorn, and saying that I feel like your heart energy is shut off, right? But what could we be doing here? Where could we be giving a little bit more in terms of service? And that's up to you. It's not up to me to tell you what your traits and your values should be. But when I see the Queen of Cups reversed like this, it just means you could be dealing with somebody who is manipulative and underhanded, or you have to keep in check the subtle things that you do, which is a normal part of your day, that someone more sensitive to you might feel as though, oh, that wasn't very nice, or they could have done more there, and that sort of thing. But again, you look out for number one, but you just may find that this month and this Mercury retrograde, along with Mars being here, being reserved, and then having to accommodate others, it might feel like a stretch, like a big distraction to you. And hopefully it's not anything too major, but I don't like to see her there. Some of our Capricorn friends need to be very wary, again, of the fall habits, the things that we do to comfort ourselves in the changing of the seasons, to feel the familiarity and everything changing. We have to keep an eye on moderation in all things as we move into this month with her there. For some of you, it just means that you could be having trouble with Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer in terms of communication and feeling in your relationships with water signs through the first part of this month. But that's okay. It's just part about Capricorn style, which I truly commend you for. I truly love you for this ability, being like, you know what? Yesterday's gone. Tuesday's gone with the wind, baby. We can't sit here and and drag old ghosts out into the night and talk about this, that, or the other thing. But for Capricorn, it's not feeling real, and it's not feeling real because in order for it to feel real and exciting and optimistic, it's got to be about the future. Because what can we do about the past? How can we change the past? Somebody might be even coming in wanting you to strongly look at the past, and you're having none of it. You're not wanting to go over and re-adjudicate or reconsider or think about the way things might have been. Like, that's just an absolute waste of your time. But the Six of Cups reversed here is saying that the mindset is very much about the future. This is very much, and again, some of you may have old friends that reach out to you and you practically say, hey, you know what? It's been 2.5 years. I mean, we work together in accounting. Like, what do you want? And it doesn't have to be a text or a call. This could be like social media invites being like, oh, we miss you. Like what I just did, right? Like, we miss you. We haven't seen your face, and you're like, I remember when hanging out with those people or being around those people, and was never really that great of a time anyways. Why would I trek through the past? And it's saying that October isn't really the time to do that. We've got 2 reversals now on 2 6s here. Be careful about defeatist mentality, us versus them, I win versus them, or they win versus me. If we can pull our minds out of any kind of competitive mindset, whether we're competing against others or competing against ourselves, we can make great strides this month in terms of like not falling privy to our own thoughts of not being good enough or not having a high enough esteem or not being challenged enough, whatever it might be. I feel as though things could be a lot more relaxed in your environment, Capricorn, yet there's this sort of this push or this drive to really take what's yours analytically and in the everyday scene. But we have to watch that we don't go too far ahead, and we have to watch that if something doesn't go according to plan, that we just write it off. We just immediately say, okay, well, and throw your hands up and walk away. You'll be wanting to avoid those sorts of moments as well. But again, I feel like for some of you watching, this was about a busted bridge in a relationship with a water sign, a Scorpio, Cancer, or a Pisces, that either you're trying to mend or they're trying to mend. And in doing so, it's like adding to a little bit more confusion than what Capricorn had originally bargained for. And there may come a point this month where you tell this person to take off, like to leave me alone or to mind their own business even. They could go like that far. It's interesting the way these cards come up. All right. And the Seven of Swords here. All right. Again, I feel as though if there's anybody in your environment that is trying to pit you against another person, or anyone in your environment that is speaking ill or gossiping about you this month, Capricorn, as long as you play your cards right and you remain in this quiet optimism of the future, this person will be outed. The Seven of Swords, sometimes is when the Seven of Swords is not there, we think we can't see the sneaky person. We can't see the sneaky thing that's going on. But when the Seven of Swords is up there, yes, it's still sneaky, but the suspicion turns into evidence, and the evidence turns into exposure, and therefore there may be a situation by the end of the month, Capricorn, some of you are actually feeling vindicating and being able to tell people like, look, you didn't have to make me feel defeated about the situation, because look at how things turned on a dime, and now I'm back to say I told you so, or I was right all along, or whatever the situation may be. Because some of these things that are going on are very emotionally charged, I feel, especially for our Capricorns that are in relationships. So when these subtle things do arise, make sure whatever we're doing, whatever we're saying, is in regard to like the future being the foremost thing. We can't worry about yesterday. We may be telling other people that we can't fix yesterday. All we can do is heal today and look forward to the future, right? Because some of you, again, you may just be straight up caring for a mindset of somebody who is being over emotional and they're not thinking straight either. And you may be their grounding essence. You may be like their rock this month, but it feels oh so tiresome, or oh so much like it pulls away from the level of happiness and the level of gains that you might be able to get or make if, we could just put this past away, right? I forget that song, but yeah, one of those dealy boppers. All right, Capricorn. Pleasure to read for you, as always. Have a wonderful month. We'll see you again in November. And speaking of November, it's only 31 days away. Everybody knows what they're going to be for Halloween? I hope so. I hope you do. Halloween's been canceled, actually, by science. Isn't that an interesting course of action? The world is a great big ball of confusion right now. All right. So unless the moderators or members have any other questions today, we got 3 of the readings done, which is pretty good. I might go ahead and call it at that. It's just because we wanted to jump on and say hi to everybody tonight, just because we can. Yeah, or if there's any others, if there's any other signs you absolutely would love to see live, that would be incredible to do as well. Absolutely. I don't know about y'all, but I've been getting nothing but supernaturally magnificent reading for Tauros. It's quite amazing. Yeah, I don't know. It always feels, and maybe it's just because I'm a double Scorpio, but it always feels like I'm picking on you guys. I'm always picking for you guys. All right, which deck do you want, Saruchi? Oh, Saruchi, I owed you a reading anyways, because you sent a super chat. Yeah, I can just do straight tarot for you because you sent me a super chat at the end of Sunday after I had done 59 out of 60 readings. And you asked me if you were going to pass your test. And I said, absolutely not. There is no way I'm going to read for that question today. So I would definitely go ahead. But if you want to ask a question, Saruchi, just because you did send that super chat on Sunday, and it is still hanging there on the IOU wall. It's probably not the worst course of action, Citron. Probably not the worst course of action at all. Okay, well, tell us about the test. How scared were you when you walked into the testing, into the gymnasium or wherever you wrote the test? Were you freaked out? Was the proctor like, did he look like Frankenstein or Lurch from the Addams Family? Was he just like, you have 2 hours and 35 minutes to complete the test? And then he rang the bell and everybody turned the test over at the same time? I'm just curious if that's how it went. I mean, I could be totally wrong. Could be totally barking up the wrong tree here. So, it was calm. It was like, yeah, totally unnatural, right? Like we've only been saying for the last 18 months that it was going to be just a terrible, terrible thing. And the friendly proctor. Cool. Do you guys remember Proctor from Police Academy? 7 hours long? Holy moly. He rang. But that was Lurch, right? You rang. You rang a tang. Well, that's wild. And was the answer C? Was the answer 67? Was the answer 6? I knew the answer was going to be 67. "7 hours long." Hopefully I wouldn't have been able to make it through it unless they give me little washroom breaks here and there. That's a long ass test. So you just want a general, Saruchi? You can do that. Let's go over here to studio. I'm feeling the psychic heat, though. I think you're right, Steve. Something going on about these readings. Like, my mustache is sweating. I hate the dirty scum stash. I think I'm going to shave it off here pretty quick. We had 3 10-minute breaks. Oh, that's good. Yeah, lurch. Yeah. All right, Tsuruchi. I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle your cards. Any question but that? Will Tsuruchi be accepted to the Mayo Clinic? Well, that's okay. That's okay. Imagine though, I like fly into your town. I'm like, Tsuruchi, I'm here. Let's go out for a nice candlelit steak dinner. Let's go hang out, and go down to the wharf and play some games, and really just get to know each other. And you're just like Mayo Clinic, Mayo Clinic, Mayo Clinic, and I was like, oh man, I was like, let's talk about some philosophy or about the arts, and you're like Mayo Clinic. I'm just teasing you, Saruchi. I'm a real jerk face these days. Absolutely, people are about to get the binary aspects to the legend that they might not like this winter, and I'm hoping you guys are gonna be okay with that because I don't want to take another hiatus, but I might have to go full Jekyll or whatever the other one is. Temperance. That's good. Yeah, slowly but surely. I don't see this happening like right away or anytime soon. Okay, the Four of Pentacles here. Temperance on the road again. One thing that you can do here, Saruchi, is stop watching anything about the law of attraction. Okay, just when you think about getting into Mayo, I don't want you to think, law of attraction or Deepak or Eckhart or any of those people. I don't want you to do any of that. Okay, there's so much now where they say do this for law of attraction, do that for law. Top 10 warning signs you must not do to get what you want to do. Top 10 things that you need to do to get what you want. Don't watch any of that. Okay, you don't need to do any of that. You writ the test. You stand on your own merit. Okay. The younger fire sign can't think of anything else. It is apparent that it's like you got your mind set on it, and that's like, come hell or high water, Saruchi will be there, right? So just think of it that way. Say to you, no law of attraction stuff, but just say, come hell or high water, I am going. Okay, absolutely. Four of Pentacles here. Save your ducats. Don't let yourself down the line of thinking about not going. Okay, you are actually best to take your mind off it in these situations. That's what the Fool reversed is saying. It's like, relax, take your mind off the situation. Nobody's going anywhere for a while. Okay, so I don't know what the timetable or the timeline looks at your dates for actually going, but it doesn't look to be, something big happening for you in Sagittarius season where things like really might just start to get rolling. So maybe I don't know if it's weird, just December, you might get like a letter, or you might get some next phase of your application confirmed or started or something like that. But for the month of October and November, it looks like to be like fairly quiet, just fairly easy, that you can't know one way or the other, or there's no more that you can do right now. So just relax and don't be miserly over your energy, because that when we get these one-track minds and we're like, that's all I want, that's all I want, that's all I'm gonna do, what we end up doing is blocking off our ability to have the energy flow through our body 100%. It won't be till June of next year. Okay. Well, Sagittarius, you're going to be in a good mood going through winter. I think there's going to be a new level of optimism, like new days dawning, or a new confidence that you are going to receive about the direction, or about that this is taking shape in your life, actually coming up here in December, which is really cool. I like it a lot. 100%. But find yourself, Temperance is saying, find yourself another thing, whether it's, what do you like? Not cotton candy, because you can't just, like something that you like to do, not World of Warcraft either, like something healthy that you just love to do, and get immersed in it so that, you don't think about that sort of thing. It has to be something mindful. I feel it has to be something, kind of profound and challenging at the same time, but something absolutely delightful. You know what I mean? Delicious or delightful. So maybe it's a cooking class or something like that, where you can just totally still use your acumen and all of your skills and all of your talent, but doing it something that is productive in terms of happiness that can be enjoyed and received in the moment right now, while we're waiting for this window for this time to pass. Okay, that's what it's saying. But good cards, all in all. What else was here? Sorry, I put it away. Oh yeah, your one-track mind, your Knight of Wands moment. You can't go anywhere. You can't gallop off into the sunset, right? You can't go right now. But all in all, pretty good cards. But don't block your own energy. You need to find an outlet. You're way better off in Two of Cups than you are in a Four of Coins. I say Two of Cups because they're always present in the Temperance card. And remember, the little habitual things that you do, they don't necessarily have to be like an outside habit that you unconsciously take in. Habits can be like inside, insidious little things that go on, that you either tell yourself or that you end up doing because you've just always done it, or it just tastes so good, or whatever it be. Keep an eye on these habits, because as your thoughts will become your actions will set your mood, right? And your mood eventually becomes your temperament, and your temperament in essence becomes your personality. So if you spend a lot of time being worried about outcomes and worried about what will or will not happen, it will be viewed by others. So then when it comes time to go and interview in front of those very important people or whatever it might be, they're going to be able to see whether or not we have a temperate person that is able to overcome any challenging, life or death medical situation, or if we're looking at a worry wart. Like, what are we looking at? Remember that what goes on internally comes out of us eventually, and to a point where other people can see that. So make sure to keep an eye on your thoughts throughout this time. All right, Sarushi, that's with the Four Pentacles and Temperance there. We don't want to come across as a worry wart, as miserly, or as this person that has been like on this one track mind, right? That sort of thing. Yeah, good stuff. All right. I feel like I've gone full dad. May not be the best night for that. All right. Just stay in touch. Dr. Jekyll, yeah. All right. So that's good. Should we do one more reading for the signs this month, or should I take a break? Take it to heart. Yeah, the waiting is, what is it? You take it all in faith. You take it to the heart, because the waiting is the hardest part, right? That's a Tom Petty ditty. Tom Petty ditty by Tom Petty. Did he? Yeah, I think he did. I'm trying to remember the name of the song. I think it's called "The Waiting is the Hardest Part," or maybe it's just the hardest part. I can't remember. I guess I'll have to wait and see. Give it a listen. It's really good. Even if you don't know Tom Petty or like Tom Petty, just listen to the words sometime. Time to take a break. All right. That's good. People came in and then had to bounce. Thanks everybody for coming and spending like an hour with me. What has it been, an hour and a half? That's wonderful. Thank you guys for showing up tonight. All right. I have essays to write for the application process. There's really no escape from this at the moment. Oh, that's okay. Just do it then. Get it done. Get it done, silly. And don't worry about it. All right. I think with that, Saruchi, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. It's been a blast. We'll wait for anybody else that might be lurking in the chat room. Holy moly. I can't even hit the right buttons right now. Good stuff. All right. Back to the situation. 99.9 would like to thank the good people at The Real Thank You Water. Jennifer Positive Free over there at Jennifer's Tarot Positive Free. It's free tarot all the time. She's a good lady. She's a nice lady. Like to have Jennifer when she's here in the chat room and support her as her channel begins to grow. And also, we saw her here tonight live and in person. It was For Your Animal's Health. the one they call Shanimal. Shanimal, so nice to have you here tonight. Thanks for being around. And I think that's like a wrap, everyone. That's like said and done. In and out, away we go. So to Steve, Citron, and Saruchi, thank you so much for being here tonight, for moderating consistently on this channel. It was nice to be able to answer some questions and give a little bit back tonight, not on a Sunday where we're super slammed and super busy. Oh my goodness, what is going on here? All right, ciao for now. We'll see you guys again real soon.